Hey guys, Paul Inventor 3 here. Just an update. They're all very bright right now. They look much brighter with my eyes looking at them. I also got them a little, this 100 here used to be a little brighter. And then they go down, they go this way. Then this one, and this is the last one. This one would be a little dimmer. And I just learned a little trick here. Instead of connecting my negative and positive up here, you bring your positive all the way back down to this end. It'll even out the current across all your LEDs. It's that simple. So there's my positive way over here now. So yeah, they look pretty good. It's really bright in here right now. You can see I'm measuring. Well, actually, these 10 LEDs right here are in series. With all these other LEDs. Measuring across those first 10, 25.3 volts. So I got over 2.5 volts across each LED. Yeah, I was experimenting a little bit there with that battery in the background, but I was putting that across the capacitor. Normally I'd have a bulb across there to create a load. That battery works pretty good too. I'm still at 12 volts here. Now this is another thing I'm thinking about. How this is my primary coil, not that big one there, just this one. You can see my frequency generator comes in. This is connecting the inner coil, which is only about half the wavelength of this one. The outer one is wrapped on a little plastic tube that fits right around this inner one that's on this core. This plastic one on the outside is actually one of those. I just cut the top and the bottom off and it fit perfect in there. Now I'm doing everything single wire. So one wire goes to the inner coil. Let's see if I could even... it's way underneath. There's the other end. You can just barely see it way over here. The inner coil, the other end of it, nothing's attached to it. So we're just connecting the one end of the inner coil and the opposite end of the outer coil. Nothing gets connected here. And you don't have to always have both ends of a coil connected, guys. Now I did find out this coil is best. This setup in this area of my system, it's best with that inner coil centered, right in there, perfectly centered. Did a lot of experiments with that, and it's best centered. In one of my last videos, I was talking about bulbs, and the easiest ones to remove the circuit from was this lightway, and I said I didn't know where they came from. Well, now I found out. Let's see if it even... right there. Focus. Oh, come on. Anyhow, these come from Aldi. It's a specialty item. Who knows when they're going to get more of the bulbs. But I did find these now, GE brand. I found these at Walgreens. This is another one now that's easy to remove the panel from. Let's see, here it is here. You see, there's just... Oh, come on, why don't you focus? There. There we go. My automatic focus button, I had to press that. Alright, yeah. So the whole circuit just pops right out. So back to this coil. I'm trying to boost the voltage, and I was hoping that would work, but it's not. I kind of had a feeling it would not. Let's see. There's Don Smith. 8,000 windings, or I'm sorry, many fine windings, go 12 volts up to 8,000 volts. It comes over here, L1, and you'll see 4 turns. So that means there's 2,000 volts on each turn. Now his pickup coil is 1 turn. You'll notice that means he's got 2,000 volts here. Now notice, it must be the same length or a harmonic of L1 coil. Same length or a harmonic. That could be half, 1/4, 1/8. It goes from 1 winding here, and this is 2,000, not 1,000. I think he just got confused and said that one time. But anyhow, 1 loop, bridge rectifier, capacitor to get pulses. Basically, this, and this is my frequency generator. I've already got a DC pulsed, and I don't need that then. So this is like what I have to make to boost my voltage, I think. It's not easy again. I only have 1 wire in, 1 wire out. At least 2 ends go to earth ground. How am I? Maybe I could have 1 wire and split that 1 wire in between the 2. That might work. Here's a coil I worked with years ago, and this is when I learned I can connect the wire number 1 here, and I can connect the 1, 2, or 3 over here, and I learned that you still pick up just the same amount of energy. So that's why I tell you, 1 wire in, 1 wire out can work. You don't have to be connected to 1 and 1. The energy transfers. Alright, anyhow, I gotta charge my phone. Not sure where I'm gonna go from here now. We'll see. Gotta follow my heart and my gut. So we'll be back. Okay, just real quick. There's a person out there I've been following. A few people. Bruno VK. What if I did this? Energy researcher and Faraday energy research. They're all doing a great job, and I'll put their links below the video. But what if I did this? Mentioned to me about the pickup coil, and he says he has a diode there and a diode there. And I'm looking back, this is August 13th, last year, and I'm like, yeah, I basically did that. But I had a full wave bridge rectifier in there. Okay, here it is. I found it. So I just used this, my full wave bridge rectifier. So anyhow, I'm just letting you guys know that's how I did it. And let me show you another setup. As is where I used a small coil, and this is where I used a Tesla bifilar pancake coil, and underneath it I would put a small coil, and one end I would have two diodes or Aframenco plug going to the LEDs. So this is another way you could do it. There's, let me show you, there's the coil that I used. And these I would actually put down underneath it. You could put them above it too. Now that is a Tesla coil. It's your primary inducing your secondary. I said, well, why can't you have multiple secondaries all around there? And it actually worked very well. I did stop pursuing it at one time because I said to myself, my secret sauce is already wireless. Why do I keep trying to go wireless to wireless? So, anyhow, that's where I'm at now. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to this setup. I just showed you the schematic earlier. I don't put diodes at both ends, just one end, because the other end's really picking up the energy and it's flowing this direction. A small coil, and there's a Tesla bifilar pancake coil. The second end of it is not connected to anything. Okay, and this one will pick up the energy. And this was back in, what, September. I never actually put this on film, so I'm going to start setting this up and experiment more with this, because I think this is another way that I might be able to amplify the voltage in this area instead of going off of my primary. Yeah, I did have one still shot picture of 4 bulbs lit. The lights were out at the end of one of my videos that I show this kind of setup. But it's hard to see because, again, the lights were out. And I'm going to show you that now, though. Hang on. Or wait, let's see. We could just move the camera over there. It's okay. As you can see, there's my LEDs. Just 10 jumbo LEDs right now. Not 1,500. But you can see they're blinding. They hurt my eyes. I see spots after looking at them. We're still at 12 volts. Okay, now I'm going to go around to the back side and show you a little bit of what you're looking at there. Alright. These are just empty boxes, guys. This one and this one. They're just giving me some height. There's the, we're looking at the back side of those LEDs now. Just a wooden block I have underneath them there. Whoops. I was getting too close. Let's touch that end. Oop. So yeah, I just got one wire in to one coil here, and this just helps to tune things. Might not work as well or at all without this coil. That's the thing, you got to get the right amount of coils, just like a resonating tank circuit. If you change one thing, you got to change the other thing. You got to get the right amount of induction in there, or capacitance, or whatever. So anyhow, I go from one coil up to this coil. Whoops, again, I'm touching that one end. Now you can see I got the inner winding It loops around, it connects to the outside winding. So this is just like Tesla did. Okay, I don't need anything connected to the other end of this. Now this, the wavelength of this is identical to the wavelength of that. Since this is smaller diameter wire, this will have about 5 times the amount of induction Henrys that this has. Now if you have the same, I've said this in one of my videos before, if you use the same diameter wire, same length of wire, it doesn't matter how many turns or windings you have or what diameter core you have, the induction, the Henrys, will always be the same. So this is the same wavelength, but I changed the diameter. So anyhow, yeah, we just, right, we go from that coil, one wire, that coil, up to this coil, nothing at the other end. This one now is just very close. Well, its windings start about right here. The top of this wire just comes sticking straight out. It's hard to see, it's so fine. It's only about 5 thousandths in diameter of an inch, 0.005. Okay, now the other end of that, I have come down. It's an Aframenko plug, or 2 diodes. The negative side will always be the side with the stripe that's facing on this side. That's the negative end of the LEDs, which if you look inside will always have the long pointed flag or electrode in it. This yellow wire here is just an earth ground. You can't see, but it goes down under into a rod that I have about a foot deep. It's not even that great of an earth ground. So that's it. Now, I might continue this in another video or not, I don't know, but it's getting late. But I wanted to replace this with something that has more windings. Let's see if it'll change. Let's see, that's the problem here. Now this is my voltmeter, which I have over there. It's off right now, but anyhow, if I connect that right now, it's one side and the other side, well, you can see the lights go out. Now you can move this and you'll see what happens, right? Only the end one stays, whoops, on. Okay. And you'll still get a 0 volt reading. You can do the same thing with this side. Move it along there, but still 0 volt reading. So that's a problem, guys. It's not always easy to put your instruments that have a lot of circuitry in them into your circuit. But as I showed you, they're blinding bright. We'll be back. Now, see, I could add many of these coils around. There is kind of a limit. Each one you add will lower your frequency. You could put them above, you could put them below. You usually want the one wire that's empty closest to your coil and the one that's collecting the energy that's farther away from the coil. And we'll see. I'm going to experiment like adding a coil like that underneath it that has twice as many windings. See what happens. Oh, there it is. I got it right over there. There, that one. Anyhow, the tall one. And yeah, and the thing is, guys, you could simply add 10 more in parallel, another 10 in parallel, another 10 in parallel. I have already had this set up. I just didn't film it. Sorry guys, my camera said it got too hot. It stopped recording on me. So yeah, I've already had it with 300, what did I have, like, I had like a total of 700. I had 5 coils around there. I've also experimented with the tall coils sticking out of each end. And that coil, that tall coil there, and that coil back there, I'm evening that one out. Well, I'll try to get it like maybe 2 turns more than that one. But they're oppositely wound. So that way they'll be bucking too. I don't know, something I want to experiment with again. I believe I might be able to boost the voltage at this point also, instead of boosting it at my primary coil. That's the one that I had inside the other coil that's behind it. That one fits right over that one. So, alright guys, it's getting late. We'll see you again soon.